Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're still new here, please kindly subscribe and comment. That I appreciate so much. Let's move to what we have as today. So today, rather than just diving into the system, I know so many people have seen my previous video and are kind of asking questions what Dynamics 365 is, which is why I decided to step one step behind and let's understand what Dynamics 365 is. I promise you, this is not going to be a boring session. So let's move ahead. First off, who am I? My name is Christian Nga Tanyele, commonly called the Dynamics Guy. I hold an MBA in accounting and finance, which I know so much is not a restriction to you that wants to go through this path. So let this not frighten you. And I am a Dynamics 365 functional consultant, MB310 certified functional consultant, and then an MCT, that is Microsoft certified trainer. If you have any questions, or I know you already have questions in your mind, like what is MB310, what is MCT, save the questions maybe, or you can ask them on the comment section and we'll go through them, give you guides on how you can achieve this. But that is not our focus now. So, moving ahead, at the end of this session, what do we aim to achieve? So, the first thing is that we are going to understand what ERP is, or ERP as a whole, because it's not only Dynamics. There are several ERP systems out there, like Workday, Navision, SAP. We're going to get deep into them or understand them, and then also recognize some major ERP systems, and then understand where Dynamics 365 actually sit among these ERP system. And if we have time, then we'll navigate the system again, which we've done in our previous video, and then look at how to create a Lega entity. This, I can't assure you that we'll cover that in this session. But if we do, or if we don't, then we'll do that in the next session. Moving ahead, as our agenda, we'll understand ERP systems, we'll understand different types of ERP systems. We're going to look at introduction to Dynamics 365, and then we'll look at the core capabilities of Dynamics 365. That is the key features and the functional models within the system. And then, like I said, look at the basic navigations and how to create a Lega entity. And then we'll close up from today. But I'm not sure. I can't assure you that we'll cover it up to the point of this demo. But if we don't, from the next session, I promise it's going to be very practical. I myself, I don't like watching so much theory. I love practicals. So now, what is ERP? First off, ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning. And these are just digital systems that unify people, processes, and data into one platform to give real-time and accurate control operations, control reports. This is just like a one-click. Look at it like a physical organization. When you move into an organization that has a physical location, in that organization, you have several departments. You have the accounting department, you have the human resource department, you have the marketing department, all the functional units of that organization in one physical location. But then twist it. These functional units, look at it like they exist in one platform that is online, virtually, in cloud. They exist in one platform where, rather than taking a document from maybe accounting department to another department to get it approved, you do that digitally. That means all the functional units are organized in one system, which you can communicate across them and generate reports across them. So see it like a virtual organization with a connection of several departments which come together, like you can communicate seamlessly in all these departments. That is what an ERP system is. It's just, if you move example to banks, banks have ERP systems that they use to maybe process their financial transactions. Most of these big companies do have them. So in a nutshell, and in a very simple way, that is what an ERP system is. Moving ahead, so why do these ERP systems matter? When you look at it, you realize that most companies process maybe their financial data on maybe spreadsheets or in books. Look at it from like an accounting perspective. You process your documents, which you there is high cost of piling them or storing them, and there is also risks of them missing. There is also difficulty in sorting them out. So ERP comes to eliminate this. You don't have that. You reduce that cost of piling documents in one place. You reduce the risk of losing, or maybe there is a fire incident. You reduce that risk. You reduce the time you spend to process documents or to sort out documents. So ERP comes to eliminate and disconnect these spreadsheets, like replace this fragmented data, which then unifies everything in one place. And it also improves transparency in reporting. Like like I mentioned, there is that seamless reports across the various departments. So access to accurate information is very, very easy. You access information in real time across all the business functions. Then also it enables standard operating processes. That is the procedures, or it has consistent procedures across all the departments. Like there are steps, processes through which you go to process maybe your financial data. Sorry, I'm mostly talking about financial data because I have that finance background. And then it also support compliance and auditability in cases of like at the end of the month, there are auditors that come to audit the company. It's very easy for them to process or to have access or to see these documents, or they have what is called audit trials, and just to confirm that they meet regulations. And then also, most importantly, decision making is very easy. You don't spend time, and you have accurate data on time. You don't spend time on decision making. Not like you have a report, someone, let's look at a case where there is a branch in the company has branches all over, and there is a branch maybe in the United Kingdom, and there is one in Germany. Someone from Germany has to travel with some financial reports to come together so we can consolidate them and make decisions. But in this case, it's very seamless. You just sit on your computer and you consolidate them and make decisions from your location, from anywhere you are. So this is why Dynamics 365, or sorry, ERPs matter. ERPs as a whole, this is what they do. Moving forward, moving forward, what are the key signs that organizations need ERP system? Like I mentioned, there is delay reporting, there is that manual and repetitive work where you have something you are doing every day and spending so much time on them. So this is an indication that you need an ERP system. If you have delay in reports, maybe location wise or inaccurate, it's a signal that you definitely need an ERP system. Also, multiple, like there are data is disconnected. You have, if you find in an organization, if you find yourself where you don't have your data centralized and there is a lot of discrepancies, that is an indication that you need an ERP system. Also, there is difficult tracking full transaction journeys. Like, do you if you find that you're losing visibility of your end-to-end business transactions, then it's an indication that you actually need an ERP system. So now let's explore some of these ERP systems, or there are so many, there are thousands of ERP systems, but we are not going to kind of go through all of them. We are going to just look at some of them that are quite really the top ones, let me say so. So we have SAP. SAP, you mostly see SAP HANA. This is mostly used by very global market leaders, enterprises, and comprehensive solutions across all industries. It's a very composite ERP systems that is mostly used by manufacturing companies. I don't have a list of some of the. I think Dangote uses SAP. Dangote uses SAP. Dangote Cement uses SAP, and some of these major production companies use SAP. You have Dynamics 365 now. Dynamics 365, which is a cloud-based system, and Dynamics 365 is a Microsoft product, just like Microsoft Word, just like there are so many Microsoft, just like Power Platform. Dynamics 365 is a Microsoft product, and it is a cloud base with deep Microsoft integration, and it saves both medium and large organizations. We are going to look at that as we move forward. We also have Oracle, which is an ERP system with strong presence and governance in several sectors. This is mostly to use as in very complex, and an organization that has complex processes. I don't have example of organizations that use Oracle, but it's highly used by manufacturing companies. You have Info. Info is particularly used by manufacturing and distribution, and also Info is used by most hospitals. So it's also an ERP system. You also have Workday. Workday is a cloud-based ERP system, highly used in finance and human resource. I think I've mostly seen companies use it for human resource. There are still so many of these ERP systems, so it just depends. But these are the ones that if you search online, you realize that they are the popular ones. I think Microsoft should be Dynamics 365 should be the top one now, or Oracle. Oracle is always competing. SAP, Dynamics, and Oracle, these are the top ones. You can just navigate some of them and choose which area is good for you. I believe that after this session, you should be able to decide which one is good for you. Moving ahead now, let's understand what is Dynamics 365. Like I earlier mentioned, it is a modern cloud-based system that supports global finance and operations processes for medium to large organization. What does this mean? It is a cloud. It means this is not an on-premise. This is not an application that runs on a local network, or maybe in an organization. It's just, I'll use an example. When they say cloud based, it's just like Facebook, where you need your password and your username to sign in, and then use over the internet from anywhere in the world. Like, you can access it just like Facebook from anywhere in the world. Previously, it was AX, not Dynamics. This is something we'll dive into sometime in the future. Previously, it was AX, and it was mostly on premises. On premise means that it was installed on your local machine for you to use, regardless if there is no network or there is no internet. But now it is a cloud base you can use from anywhere in the world. That's the beauty of Dynamics 365, and it saves medium and very large organizations. So, who are the people that use this system? Industries that actually use Dynamics 365, you have retail, you have logistics, you have engineering, you have manufacturing, you have public sector, you have service delivery. And looking at some user rules, when I mean user roles, who are the people, who are the stakeholders that actually use this? You have finance teams, you have procurement, you have supply chain, you have warehouse, you have project management, accounting, you have auditors, you have leadership. All of these users or stakeholders use Dynamics 365 to streamline their operations and drive their business value, which of course is increasing profitability for their for their shareholders. And now, what are the capabilities of this Dynamics 365? What can Dynamics 365 do for you? You have financial management. You have maybe you your general ledger, your accounts payable, your accounts receivable, cash and bank, and financial reporting. It has that capability where you can manage your finances. You can record your financial transactions on ledger, record your any financial transaction that relates your suppliers, your customers, bank transactions, cash transactions, and just to name a few. You also have procurement, which kind of covers areas where you have to deal with purchases, purchase requisition, vendor, managing your vendors, purchase orders, and sourcing of products. So it has that capability. Then there is also inventory and supply chain where you manage and optimize your inventory. You have like warehouse management, you can forecast demand and also how items or logistics or items are moving in and out of your warehouse. You have project and asset management, you have project accounting, you can account, you can budget for projects and account for them. You can schedule resource scheduling. You have asset life cycle management, like maintaining your assets that you already own. There is that capability through asset management that you can maintain them. You have the capability of automating workflows, maybe like approval processes, notifications, and business processes. This is more of like a, if I mention about moving from one physical location to another to get documents approved. So you have what is called workflow, where you can in the system just route them or send them to people to approve them digitally without you having to move. That is the beauty of Dynamics 365. And then you have embedded reporting and analytics. So in this, you have like a real-time dashboard that gives you data or visual reports on where the situation of the company is. You can see maybe the sales and all that. You also have the ability to integrate Power BI, there is business intelligence, and then advanced analytics capabilities. Then you also have the capability of it being integrated with seamless. It's a Microsoft product. That's why I think it's standing out now because people moving to it as regardless of which ERP system you're using, most organizations will still use Excel to maybe play with their data. They will still use Microsoft Office, they will still use Teams to communicate. So, and these are all, or they will still use Power Automate some repetitive tasks, which if you look critically, you realize that these are all Microsoft products. So the beauty is that it costs less when you're using Dynamics 365 as its Microsoft products, and integration is quite really easier than if you are using other systems. So that's why companies are moving to it. And what companies are, or one of the reasons they are moving to it is because of the problems that they are facing with these integrations. So, and it's costing them more money. When I say costing them more money, there are higher tickets that they have every day, which they need to hire maybe support consultants to go up. That is so much high cost, and the system is quite really fragmented with these errors. So they decide now to move into Dynamics 365. That is why it is gaining so much market share now, I can say. Then, in summary, like I said, this is a very short session just to let you know what Dynamics 365 is, which from here I actually believe and know that you have and understanding of what it is, so that when we are moving maybe to practical sessions, you should be able to really understand what Dynamics 365 is. Just for the context, we have seen how ERP transform businesses and how they unify and connect people. We've seen how Dynamics 365 enables modern business transformations with its cloud platform, with supporting scale and transformation of growing organizations. We've also, maybe this one we've not looked at it, which is my next video. I'll be showing you how we can set up a Lega entity. I didn't want to just dive into it. I just thought I should kind of give you this very brief understanding of what ERP is, what Dynamics 365 is, so that you know the direction which we are going. So our next video, I'll be showing you how to set up a Lega entity. We've seen how to navigate around Dynamics 365. So it's going to be more of Dynamics 365 focus and maybe some career advices. So thank you guys very much. I hope you learned something new today. And don't forget, I am your Dynamics guy. Bye bye.